What are the basic qualities that Indian multinationals and global giants expect in a fresher who wants to pursue an international marketing career?
Like I said in my previous question, which was about international marketing, I don't see something being dramatically different for international marketing. I think there are 3 to 4 qualities that a person needs to be successful in marketing. I think the number one is the ability to take an abstract brief and then translate it into something that is really meaningful. Typical example, most of the sales guys will come to you and say, I want a brochure to be designed, or why don't we do a promotion for this because I am having fall of sales in this particular region. Because for him, he's only driven by numbers, right? The important quality where the marketing quality kicks in is saying, okay, yes, I will do that for you, but can we just step back and understand what really is happening here? What is your consumer doing these days which is different from the past? Why has he stopped buying an X service or an X product from us and is he going to somebody else, or doesn't he need it anymore? Or he is finding issues with our service, or he's finding issues with our product. What exactly is the problem? So that is, and then converting it into a tight brief of saying, okay, I've identified this is the issue, now how do we tackle it? And either working with a creative agency to devise a campaign, or tweaking the product if it is the issues with the product, and making something that is relevant is number one thing that is important. So taking something abstract and making it into something which is meaningful for the business is the number one. The second quality that a marketer needs is ability to see things at the 30,000 feet level, as well as the ability to execute it at the lowest level. What happens is in marketing, you need to be able to step up and look at it from an overall and say, okay, what is the strategy that I need to have? But I also need to be able to execute it to the end, whether it means that I make a set of collaterals, or whether I create an ad, or whether I go and ask the product development guy to do a different product and see that it kind of gets launched. So you need to be able to straddle both worlds. You need to be able to strategize and execute. I think that is a second most important quality that is important. The third, of course, is an extreme passion for creating a consumer position and maintaining it. Because it's very easy to create a campaign and then go and create another campaign. Because it's very interesting for people to keep on creating campaigns. But you lose out on consistency of maintaining the positioning in the consumer's mind by doing these new things. So I think you need to be very passionate about saying, okay, this is the value that the brand has or the company has. And anything that I create is consistent with that value. So you have to be very passionate, because it's easy to get drawn and pulled into creating campaigns. So whether you're a fresher or you're a seasoned professional, it doesn't matter. These are the qualities which make you successful in a marketing profession. And I think the next question that was going to come is, how does a fresher realize that whether he is worthy of marketing or not, whether he should take marketing as a program or not? I think it's very simple. If you are a student and you are fascinated by why people buy some things, why people consume some things, your heart is going to be in marketing. It will tell you that, okay, this is where I need to go. And it doesn't come naturally. There are people who are driven by numbers, there are people who are driven by technology, so you will know if you have a passion for that. The second important quality, I think, which will tell you whether you will do well in marketing is, are you fascinated by brands? Are you fascinated by why one company says something and says it so well and it has an effect on you, and some other company says it in a different way and it has no effect on you? Do you subconsciously or consciously get attracted by something like that? Third is, do you have an eye for detail? I have noticed that typically the people that I have hired, freshers that I have hired and who have ended up being successful and going forward, have always had an eye for detail of, in the previous place where I said, of are we consistent with what we were saying in the past or not? Are we consistent with what the message of the company or the brand is or not? And it comes to them quite naturally. So do they have an eye for detail of reading, of understanding what is being said? And if you have these qualities, you will be successful in marketing, or you will be able to find a way to get into marketing and be successful over there. So I think I've answered the next question as well here.